Okay, so we did a little lesson about the radians. We made a circle and we used pipe cleaners to measure the radius all around the edge. When we did this, we discovered that we were able to go around the edge with the size of the radius 6 and a little more times. And just for fun, we put in our calculator what is 2 times pi. And 2 times pi equaled 6.28 ... So 6.28, that equals 6 and a little more. So we figured out that the exact number or symbol that we could use to represent how many times the radius went around the circle was 2 pi times. So each of those radians that we did in the circle created a segment, and inside of that segment was an angle. If your angle was made by a radius this way, I'm going to highlight it a different color, radius this way, and this length right here is also the length of the radius, then this angle right here equals 1 radian. And we discovered that there are 2 pi radians all around in the circle. Well, we already know with degrees that 360 degrees also make up a circle. So just like we used units of measure with inches to feet and centimeters to meters, we're using units of measure that are 2 pi radians and 360 degrees. So radians and degrees are 2 different types of units of measure. So we should treat them like such. So if we're converting something from radians to degrees, we want to put what we want on top, 360 degrees. What we're getting rid of on bottom, 2 pi radians. From degrees to radians, we want what we're becoming on top, 2 pi radians. And what we're getting rid of on the bottom, degrees, 360 degrees. So we can solve for 225 degrees. What is that in radians? 225 degrees, we'd put 2 pi radians on top because that's what we're becoming. 360 degrees on bottom because that's what we're trying to cancel out. So these degrees cancel out. Now when you're solving this, you want to keep the pi in the answer, so don't multiply that out, just keep pi radians. And then go across and just multiply the numbers. So you're going to do 225 times 2 on your calculator, and then divide by 360. So 225 times 2 is 450 over 360, which equals 5 over 4 pi radians. We want to try that one more time with a 315. We want to become radians, which is 2 pi, and get rid of our degrees. So we put 360 on the bottom. Our answer is going to have pi radians. 315 times 2 is 630 divided by 360 because our degrees canceled out. Put that in your calculator. You do 315 times 2 divided by 360. And then you can reduce that. So now we're going to go over how to go from radians to degrees. So 3 pi radians over 4, 3/4 pi radians times, we want to become degrees, so 360 over 2 pi radians. So just like before, this pi's cancel out and these radians cancel out because one's on the bottom, or they're both on the top and bottom. So 3 times 360 is 1080. And 4 times 2 is 8. If you want to reduce that, you can. We'll practice one more. 7/6 pi radians. We want to become degrees, so 360 degrees goes on top. We want to get rid of the radians, so 2 pi radians on bottom. Then you can cancel out your pi radians and just do 7 times 360 over 6 times 2, which equals 2,520 over 12 degrees. And again, you can reduce that on your calculator. On your calculators, to go from decimals to fraction, you click math, enter, enter. So that is how you convert from radians to degrees and degrees to radians.